This is iDesign Lab, a podcast where creativity and curiosity meet style and design. Curator of interiors, furnishings, and lifestyles. Hosted by Tiffany Woolley, an interior designer and a style enthusiast, along with her serial entrepreneur husband, Scott. iDesign Lab is your ultimate design podcast, where we explore the rich and vibrant world of design and its constant evolution in style and trends. iDesign Lab provides industry insight, discussing the latest trends, styles, and everything in between to better help you style your life through advice from trendsetters, designers, influencers, innovators, fabricators, and manufacturers, as well as personal stories that inspire, motivate, and excite. And join us on this elevated, informative, and lively journey into the world of all things design. Today on the iDesign Lab podcast, we're joined by Maria Mendoza, a true industry expert with nearly 40 years in interior design. As a leader at DRC Showrooms, South Florida's premier trade-exclusive design destination, Maria empowers designers with curated access to over 170 top-tier manufacturers. Her passion for personalized service and deep design expertise has made her a trusted partner in bringing creative visions to life.
Welcome to the iDesign Lab podcast. Today we are thrilled to welcome Maria Mendoza of DRC Showroom here in South Florida, but who has a wealth of knowledge on the furniture industry, design, and just a little behind the scenes here, how she went from marine biology, was it? No, I got it wrong, but you're going to tell us. So welcome.
Thank you. Yes, I did have a good morning, and thank you for having me here. I did have an interest. I thought I was going to be a biomedical engineer. However, as a kid, I was always designing my room and drawing and making all these creative things, and obviously never happened because my parents were like, whatever, keep drawing.
Right.
And then I decided to go for architecture and then focus on interiors because I just thought that was the most hands-on opportunity. I mean, architects get to design and do beautiful buildings, but really no hands-on, nothing to get a grasp of the interior.
Yes.
I just thought it was more practical, and you could, work-wise, you could do a lot more with interior than just architecture.
So you became an interior designer first?
Architect.
Architect?
Yeah. And I was an interior architect at the time. I started...
Is like its own term in and of itself, which I feel like so many people don't really realize what, as part of being in the interior design industry and as a professional, the interior architecture is just as important as the brick and mortar.
Yes. So I did do architecture and focused on interiors. It was a program in FIU that was developing. There was no architecture school. We were in the engineering school. And that's where I started, and I loved it because there was a lot of engineering and a lot of architecture, and we saw both, but then you specialized in interior.
That's amazing.
And I worked through all the years that I was there. I started really early. And
did you start working for a firm, or did you go on your own? Or
no, working for a firm.
Uh-huh.
I worked for professors. I worked for a firm. I worked for actually the first jobs were drafting.
Okay,
It was all done by hand.
I know. I still have to start that way.
Yes, and then I went into. I did work for a while in a showroom, in a furniture showroom. It was all custom made, and I did have to get creative with the sales part because I was so young and I looked like I was the owner's daughter. And, with the clients, it was but I would design everything. I would draw everything, 3D, everything was by hand. And then I would partner with my sales team, and they would present it to the client. And we would split the commission because obviously everything got sold
at a young age, right?
So you were kind of on all sides. You were on the sales side, you were on the design side, you were on the drafting side.
What a great foundation.
Yes.
Beautiful.
I was able to, and I wanted to be able to have the experience before I graduated so that then I could have a really nice opportunity, work-wise. So I worked with professors. even ADA wasn't a thing back
No,
then.
not at all. Contract and all
I
of that.
did a lot of. We worked in a research project for accessibility for buildings, and it wasn't the law at that time.
So
it
interesting.
did became. So I did do a lot. And then I went to school here, but then got married, went to Venezuela. And there I got to do a lot of fun things because we did do...
What do you mean fun things?
Well, nightclubs,
Oh,
restaurants,
really? Wow.
So from
office
a
buildings.
architectural drafting standpoint or from a
everything.
everything?
That I started on my own. When
Really?
I got there, I started working for a firm. And then, like, right away, we got an opportunity to do this big, it was a cellular company, like cell phones, which was starting. And it was like, oh, my God, this is, like, like, how many phones are they going to sell?
And you're like, yeah, who's going to use that?
I mean, only wealthy people could do this. And now it's like everybody has
I know.
I mean, what
Right.
would we do without a cell phone?
And we say it 100 times a day.
Yes. So yeah, that's how we started. And then we did one, like it was a nice sized project. It was a building, 3 stories, with all the.
Was this your own business at that point?
Yeah, me and a partner.
And a partner.
Yeah. So we started.
Big undertaking.
Yeah.
So you're designing the interiors and the exteriors
No,
both?
the
or?
building was done. We decided all the We designed all the
Interiors.
Yes. And that was really fun. And we did, we got to be, because they used to tell us in school, once you graduate, then you don't have, you can't really get creative because then there's money and then there's this. But this was like technology, and they were all willing to
Spend money
we
probably too.
We were blessed to have the opportunity to work with that company, and them.
Did that
gave
go on
us-
for a long time or?
Yes, they're still there.
Amazing relationship was nurtured.
Yes, and then we did their stores, because then they developed stores, and like it was a lot of, and from there we got other companies that did there was a biotech company that we did their offices, and then we got to do hospitals with them because they were doing, it was a lot.
So when you're designing these for the cellular companies and you're doing all the design and the design is done, were you then following through with the contractors or whoever was building it out to making sure
we were
that
project managers for
Managers.
basically what you do.
And do the selections and
All of it.
sourcing and all of that.
All of that. We did all of that, which gave me a really good foundation to understand the business now and to be able to help the designers that we
sure.
work with in DRC.
did you ever run into situations that were kind of challenging from a design
Always.
standpoint?
Every
that-
day.
Everybody's going to say
Every
every day.
Every day. I basically feel like we're
Problem
it's like,
solvers.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. It's like and people don't see it. They're like, oh, it is fun, but it's like working in a ER. You're literally hit by, and you cross every T
Dot
dot every
every
I, and then you get thrown lemons, and you're like, okay, what do I do with this?
And this is the part that the average person doesn't realize what a designer
The
is bringing to the
details,
table.
the
for
details.
the details and
Number
working out all the little problems or foreseeing those problems that may come about.
The responsibility
Is
that
huge.
that a designer carries,
Right.
and because it's an investment. Property owners are doing an investment, and they rely on the expertise and the professional knowledge
Right.
that
Right.
a designer has to put everything together and make it look right. And it's the unknown,
So
because you're
many.
creating something for some, you don't know what, and definitely the owner doesn't know what they're getting because they can't
Right.
visualize. I mean, there's a lot that you could do right
No,
now.
well, I mean,
And
that's a whole
most
nother-
owners, it's let's say it's residential. They're designing, they're redecorating their home, whatever it may be. Maybe once every 10 years they're doing that. But then when they're bringing in a designer who's done, like with Tiffany, over 500 homes, I mean, there's a lot of
All day, every day.
Yes, yeah.
Yes. And I do firmly believe that owners should go, property owners, if it's a home or a condo or a
Or a business,
building
as
or
you're
a
mentioning.
business, whatever it is, you should go to a professional because they have the expertise to guide you through the whole process, and you're investing so much that it just doesn't make sense not to do it.
So it seems as though you were in Venezuela for quite a number of years.
Yes.
At what point did you come back to the States and to Florida? Because there's a big story, it seems,
Yes.
we're going to talk
came-
about when you come back to Florida.
18 years ago, my husband was in the poultry business.
Okay.
And he, with all that was happening in Venezuela, Chavez and all of that,
Yeah.
that got taken over. So we had to come here and start something
over.
from scratch. So we decided it was either his industry or mine. And poultry, I mean, you can't compete with Tyson or any of that.
Right.
So it's like, okay, we're on it.
Fascinating.
So he
So-
changes his career. You come,
Yes.
both of you come to
He
Florida.
did say business is business, and I could
Right.
manage that no matter what.
Amazing support too.
So yeah, so that was
So did you go into the interior? Did you have an interior design business or an
no.
architectural?
We at that point we took over DRC, which was called something else, and they were to the trade, which was of interest to us because being to the trade and working for designers, he was able to do his business part, and it wasn't me doing project. It was just assisting designers in
So
their
tell us
in their
about
process.
the birth of DRC.
DRC.
When you're taking over a business that's existing.
We
What-
take over a business that's existing, but we made it to where we really support our designers, and we wanted to create a space, knowing what
you could bring to the table. Yes.
create a showroom for the designer that it was their showroom, and they could come in and use us as a studio and use it as a work environment where there's fabric samples, rug samples. We have representation of the lines that we carry. So we have all the, Century and Holland House, Hickory Chair. We have not
You have
large, but
accounts-
we have a good
accounts with all-
representation of every single of the most important lines that we carry.
So it seems to me that what you're really helping is I'll say, maybe for lack of better words, the younger designer, someone who doesn't have or hasn't been in business for a long time. Am I correct? And you're bringing them and giving them a lot of resources that they have the sort of the power
Yes.
of a bigger firm.
Bigger
We do that for
operation.
young designers and also for designers that been there, done that,
Yeah.
that had their own studio, that
And
had
just have a couple
and
projects.
don't want to, no, we're more,
Oh.
and don't want to deal with that aspect of
Wow.
it, and they want to focus because you have your office or you work out of your house, and you have 2 or 3 or 4 staff that work with you, junior designers or whatever.
Wow.
And then they come in and use our studio, and we do all the purchasing. They bring their clients, they work out of there, they make all the selections, we put all the
Amazing.
projects.
So independent interior designers come to your facility, your showroom.
Correct.
They have all the selections that you could possibly imagine.
Yes.
And they're able to bring the client in there, and you have tables that
Yes.
they can set up, and it's kind of their home, and there's a
And we
staff
have
that's
screens,
supporting
yes. And the purchasing process, our staff supports that. Customer service once the installation occurs or
So
deliveries.
you handle all your installations and everything too.
We handle claims and we
Okay.
handle issues. And
for the
there's always issues.
for the interior designers.
Correct. We handle all that.
So you're definitely not a furniture store.
No, we're
You are to the trade, working to
Yeah.
You're
the.
like a high support.
we're a studio for our designers.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
They have their own showroom. They walk in, they feel right at home. There's big screens where they could do their presentations for their clients. We have all the finishes and all the materials, fabrics that they could set up their selections and do an entire presentation, and the client could actually sit and touch and see
Right.
what they're getting, not what they're getting, what is being
The
created.
vision.
Yes,
Yeah, see the
They
vision.
could see the vision.
Do you support, like, from a creative standpoint for the interior designers or the clients, or is it the interior designers really doing all that work?
It's the
with their
interior
client?
designer doing the work. They come in, it's their project, their creativity, and whatever they want to make out of it. It's a nice environment because designers come in, and there's always a few of them at the same
I'm
time.
sure.
So there's a lot of collaboration, and hey, what do you think of this? And so
That is wonderful to have as a
it's like being in
destination.
school again and just having the work, like working with other,
Get the creative juices flowing and
yes,
inspiration.
from everybody else. Yes.
So when you originally took over DRC, was it with this same mindset, or is this something that you and your husband implemented when you set on this journey?
We did have this vision because knowing what it takes to be a designer and what you need and what
For support.
Yeah, what support you need and what you want from your vendors. And then having to deal with each vendor individually, it takes time and it takes a lot of resources
with
and
minimum orders and opening orders and
Correct.
maintaining pricing and everything like that.
So we there's no minimum order. You have access to all the lines without any minimums, and we give you all the support, the logistics, you place. It's one phone call. Yes, you have to call and you have to, but it's just one phone call, one place to follow up and to keep track of everything. And if if something's discontinued, we'll let you know. We try to find a substitute.
Reselect.
Yes.
Wow. What a resource.
So does interior designers then have to book like time? So they're calling you ahead of time saying, can I come in at 9:00 on Tuesday with my client? And
Yes, if they want to, yes, but they're welcome to walk in anytime. If they want any of our team members to help, they're welcome to to make an appointment. If not, you can come in and just work on your own. And we have a lot of those who work on their own
That's
and others that
amazing.
make appointments.
and you have a Boca showroom and you have
Palm Beach.
showroom.
Yes.
Palm Beach has exploded so much for the design industry as a resource as well in our
Yes.
area.
Yes, correct. It is it's a very nice area, very different. It's crazy that we're 40 minutes away or an hour away, and it's another
The
world.
styles are different. Yeah, the clientele is
Is
different.
different.
Probably the design teams are different, right?
Correct.
That's so interesting. So as this evolved through the years, and has maintained, I guess, this platform, and you decided to grow with Palm Beach, are the lines and are the showrooms the same? Or are they integrating different, because of the clientele being different?
The lines are the same. We do have more of Century, Hickory Chair, Highland House, Maitland Smith. Those lines.
That's all under the rock.
The Rock
The
House
Rock House,
brand,
yes.
which is such a cool company itself. I
Yes.
feel like that's just such a story.
Yes, it is, and we do work with companies that give us support because obviously that's what our clients need. Like we provide the support for the clients, for the designer, but we need companies that support customer service. American Leather, for example, it's another one. It's all American made, and that's one of the things we love about those companies too. Right now, with everything going on,
Amazing.
We definitely support everything made here.
American.
And-
That's the one thing I'm actually somewhat looking forward to, is because when I first started in the industry, it was much more of a curated furniture, custom experience. And then as things evolved, it's much more of this instant gratification, want it in stock, want it a good price. And I feel like, we're kind of going back to that customized process, at least for my clients. And I'm grateful for it because why not?
Why not? And one of the things we say is when you start the process, start with furniture as well, because you're visualizing everything, the from start to finish. You do your floor plan, you do the furniture layout, you select all the materials and everything, but it's all integrated. So once you have that furniture floor plan, just come in and order the furniture. That way you could have the instant gratification, because while you're doing construction,
you're waiting.
then the furniture is being manufactured as well, and then everything is received. Ideally, obviously, there's delays and there's issues, and that's what we're there for. But you integrate. You have your furniture is being built, and then your project is complete. You get your CO. You get all the furniture delivered.
You get that wow factor. I know, and that's part of what we do as designers too, is we kind of work backwards with our timeline. So
Correct.
I try to explain to clients, like, just because not every little piece is selected, I know you want a full number so you're comfortable diving all in, but you really need to, because there are so many details along the way. You really need to check off this big chunk.
Correct.
So that you can get things moving, so that we can have that reveal at the end.
Correct.
So it's such a niche part of our industry. Do you go to markets, and do you select pieces for your showrooms?
Yes.
So you do curate yourself.
Yes, we do go to market. We do bring our team members to market in order for them also to be knowledgeable of what we're selling and what we're offering to our clients, because they need to know, does this sit well, does this not? And then to select the pieces, again, we have a representation, but it's not the whole catalog. It's not the whole showroom. So we have to select the pieces that represent that line, that the client could sit and could have a feel of quality and comfort, but then design it to and create it to their own, to each space individually.
So the showroom basically has just lots of samples and fabrics and wallpaper, and does it have tiles and things like that? You have samples.
Yeah, no, not tiles, because we are focused on furnishings. So it's furniture, lighting, accessories, rugs, wallpaper.
Oh, so you do wallpaper
too. Window treatment, like all the fabrics for window treatments, for upholstery, and obviously the fabrics and the finishes of the manufacturers.
So when do you decide to bring on a new line? What makes
even more important than that, because I've noticed on your website, you list and you have so many great vendors, manufacturers, that you're evidently,
built a long relationship.
Correct. So if a designer comes in with a client, and the client or the designer say, well, we want to buy this from this XYZ company that you haven't dealt with, will you do that, or is that something that you frown away from? Or?
No, we will definitely look into it. However, we have dealt in the past with some vendors that we've had to just say, I can't work with them because they don't stand behind their product.
Yeah, we understand that. Yeah.
So if you don't stand back, we end up paying for everything. So because at the end of the day, we're not going to let our designers hanging. Yeah. So
will you use Wayfair?
No.
Right.
No.
We don't either. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Because that's another thing I don't think people realize is that, okay, you're getting stuff inexpensive, but we've had some clients that they really want it because someone or for whatever reason, and we buy it from them, and it comes like disastrously broken and damaged.
3 different times. And then there's time and money and all associated to that too.
I appreciate that industry, and I appreciate their business, and it caters to a certain clientele, which I'm great for them, but it's not what we encourage, and we really support.
So you're about quality and good quality service.
And American made, and
I love that.
Yes, and we really support that it's all made here, and it's made by our people, and we try to promote that as much as possible, because obviously we can't make everything. there's parts that are imported, but and it wouldn't make sense. It would be, crazy
No, but
not to.
even these American-made partners have such great integrated relationships and ownership stakes, even if things are made overseas. I mean, I feel like
Yes.
the quality control is still a level above what you're getting
Correct.
in a
Correct.
random.
And you still have factories and workers that are there that are,
being taken care of properly
yes.
and respected.
and support us, because again, we want our clients to be supported, and if there's an issue, okay, here we'll work with you.
Yeah.
Do you offer CAD services?
We do not.
You don't. So
Usually
it's really primarily focused on furniture and the soft goods.
we do work with designers. They come in with a floor plan, and we help them source the furniture and select the pieces. They have a vision.
Oh, so you're actually helping interior designers in sourcing for their clients.
Yes.
That's a great
Yes.
resource for.
If they're doing commercial and they're doing like lobbies, and okay, what's better, what's good, what's trending, we help them, and what's going to be durable, what's not. We do help them with the pieces and what's the budget,
Right.
because we have different manufacturers, different budgets, different scales, so we help them in that sense too. Okay, this is what you have. Okay, invest here and maybe not there. Yes.
So you just said something that's interesting. What's the budget? It's something that we've talked a lot about with people on this podcast. Is that most people don't want to tell or say what their budget may or may not be, or what.
Yeah.
And we try to talk about the encouragement that people should talk to their interior designer of what their budget is, because then the interior designer or the firm or even your firm can really go to town and make a much greater presentation working within the restraints of the budget.
Correct. And everybody has a budget.
Everybody.
Yeah, well, people, I
It
think,
looks
I always say to
different.
Tiffany, I think it's because people don't want to say, because
I do believe that.
you're going to spend every single dollar plus 10 more than what my
Exactly.
budget is.
Yes.
But that's not the way good interior designers don't work that way.
No.
They work and like, okay, we're gonna redo your room or your house within your budget, and it's going to be absolutely beautiful.
Beautiful. Yes.
Yeah, and then based on your tastes and your budget, the elevation of what that location or that room
that
can
value.
look like.
I do agree with that. It's just making the best out of that budget, and that's what that in our case that's what we do too. If you have X amount of dollars for furniture and furnishings,
They love this sofa but can't afford it.
well, we'll make it work, because
Right.
maybe you get the sofa which you're going to be living in, and you save on the rug or
Right.
not,
Right.
or on the side
Right.
tables, which are
Right.
not going to be.
What's the word you use all the time?
Value
engineer. To
Yes.
make it work for the clients.
Yes,
So
correct.
they're super excited and thrilled when it's all done.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that's also something that I tend to visualize. I try to focus on, wow, it's going to be even better. Like, our goal is to make it better than what they could envision. Obviously, the
Right.
designer can visualize it, but maybe the end user can't. But oh my God, this is going to be so much better this was so much better than what I could even imagine.
I know, and I feel like your team also provides that extra confidence probably to
Yes.
a client
Yes.
and an end user, because sometimes it's just the designer and they don't want to be so, you never know, people's personalities are different, but a team like you all together offers another level of confidence
Yes.
for an end user.
Yes.
So being a designer, do you ever still do any of your own projects, or do you just primarily stay on the sales
I
side?
stay on working, because we do work a lot with a designer, and in
So
their
you're getting your
projects,
fix.
I see new projects
Beautiful
every day,
things.
and
Wow.
and we have the opportunity, because when we start with, some clients come the first time, they might be working on one or two projects, and then once they realize what they can do with us, they start getting more projects because, okay, now I don't have to turn down this ex-client because now I have support here that can help me grow my business. So we definitely promote that and assist our clients, our designers to keep going. Just get those projects. We'll help you, and we'll, help you through, because there's a lot of time and a lot of work put into the purchasing part.
So much.
And the follow-up.
And the follow-up is huge.
And you're handling all of that for...
Yes, we are.
You're handling the part that
no one wants to do.
Interior designers really don't want to do. They want to be doing all the beautiful and just creating. Don't want to have to be later on in the back room, I call it.
Yes,
doing all the paperwork.
Doing all the paperwork, and it's just one phone call. Because okay, where's this? Or if it's a full project or several full projects,
items of projects,
we're here. You're calling us, and we provide you with status reports of all the pieces for every project, and it just frees you from that time. And once the project is done, installed, and then there's issues, because there's always issues, unfortunately, we help you that process
navigate
too.
that.
Yes, with the vendor. So we contact the vendor, we contact the receiver, the delivery. Like, we need to get it. We do what needs to be done to get it solved, and or assist to get it solved, and then the designer could go on to the next project and not worry about what this is all costing.
Do you warehouse your orders yourself, or do you send them to?
We work with the designers, receivers,
okay,
yes, because every designer
uses their own. So that makes perfect sense.
And we do also have designers that are working in projects in New York or Massachusetts.
Right,
or
the receivers are wherever.
Do you find it hard to get designers to come in, or how do you acquire or find or just new designers coming in?
We do have Instagram and all that part that our daughter.
That's cool.
And during COVID, she kind of, we asked her to help us with that.
Amazing.
And then she one thing, she started like helping us because she was not working at the time because of
COVID.
COVID. And so she started with, let's do Instagram. She then fixed our website, then redid our library, then our system.
So it's a true family operation.
So now she's like full on. She even did our system, our administrative system, which I have no clue of, but she did.
You trust it's good.
Yeah, no.
Okay,
we used to use QuickBooks, so now we have a designated, program that she worked and developed for us.
How impressive!
So she's full on with us, and that's
what a
fun
blessing
too.
as a parent too. I mean, it's a full circle.
Yes, it's definitely that also made us want to, because at one point we thought, we have 3 daughters.
Mm-hmm.
So do
we.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh my God, that's great.
I know.
And we thought, okay, no one's interested in this. Because they literally, when we got here, they were working. They were in the showroom all day. Clients knew them. They were, it was just the 3 of them basically lived there. They would work all summers, fixing,
organizing, maintaining.
Yes. And so we were like, I guess they didn't. At one point, they were like, I want nothing to do with this. So now when she just said, okay, yes, I'm all in, we were like, okay, so now we could, and that's when we, Palm Beach came along, and we said, well, we could actually expand, yes.
That's so special.
Yes.
So do you do any kind of like continuing education, or like bringing vendors in to show off, like showcases?
Yes.
Or
so we do have events that we do, like aftermarket events.
What do you mean by aftermarket events?
So Market in High Point is it's a big,
twice a year.
Yeah, it's twice a year, and not every designer goes there. So we have some that just don't want to go, don't want to be bothered, don't have the time. So we bring the reps in, the vendors, and they bring all their new introductions, and we just have and they're able, designers are able to interact with the vendor, which each representative of each company, and they just give,
Overview.
and it's not, they could visit, we do stations and in there, because we have vignettes of every vendor, so they each are in their specific space, and they show everything that's new and the introductions, fabrics, whatever it is. So that's, and sometimes we do have special events just designated to some, like we're having one with American Leather, we're having another with Brockhouse Farms, with all their companies.
Right. So it kind of keeps things fresh.
Correct.
Yeah.
And designers update it, with everything.
I know, because it really is, I always say, like, going to market kind of sells itself. Like, when you really do start to appreciate there is a quality difference,
yes,
as we keep mentioning, to American made and just to that level of quality that you're investing in. And it's
correct,
such a blessing that to have a showroom and a resource like you that you can go and actually bring that information to a client too.
But with trends and styles changing every year, are you having to
switch things out?
Switch things out and
Yes,
change
definitely.
things. How do you stay on top of that?
Well, we see what things that are new. We try, our showrooms are very, I would say, neutral. It's like a blank, a white canvas, and we pick pieces that are very, that you could customize. So colors are neutral, and then the designer comes in and gets creative with whatever they want to use, because you could have the same sofa with different arm,
I know.
and made in so many
Thousands of
different
SKUs.
ways that we just, give you the blank so the client could sit and try it, and then you create it however you want. But that being said, there's still new frames, so once we see something's not doing so well, or there's something new that could be better,
You
we just
switch.
sell it off the floor and
So you're set up for, I use the word sophisticated because I always think that on how Tiffany does things, like on COM, so custom-made things.
Everything,
So you're doing a
probably.
sofa, and you're set up for a client to come in where you're making a change to the sofa, you're making the legs a different color,
Correct.
or a different stain. You're
Correct.
doing two different fabrics. You're adding trim, because that's a lot of detail and a lot of detail to follow up to get it made.
Correct.
So,
correct.
and you're handling all that
All
aspect.
that
I mean,
aspect. Yes, it's a lot of, it's fun. It's a lot of,
it's a big
what we
plus
do.
for a designer, and it's incredible
Yes.
for, customers coming in.
Yes, they do. And it's a nice, we're very casual, so it's also a nice, for when clients come in,
You make
the
it
customers,
easy.
yes, they feel like right at home. We have lounge seating where they could sit and see all the presentation, and they're just like, and then we have our mascot, Bailey.
Aw,
People love her, but yeah, she's part of the family too. and-
that's so special.
So it's very, it's a working showroom, and something very
User
easy.
friendly.
Yes.
So do you go back and forth every day or every week? How does your schedule now, or your team's schedule work?
With two
with the
locations.
growth? Yes.
Well, we do go back and forth, not every day. We have great team in Palm Beach and a great team in Boca, so I do, depending on whatever, where the client, where I'm needed. That's where I'm
Right.
at.
That's so cool.
But it is very flexible, and we actually live in the middle,
So that works out good.
so that works out very well.
Is there like one big challenge that you find or you think that designers have or are coming across? And
It's very, very challenging right now, the industry. It's just, I don't know what has happened. There's some companies that are really reliable and take pride of what they do.
Do, yeah.
But there's others that don't, and that's the challenge, because I mean, as much as we take pride of what we do, if you're working with a company,
Manufacturer, or vendor.
yeah, the manufacturers, we can't control that.
Right.
And things take time. And what you said before about instant gratification, clients and users are now used to, but I ordered this and I have it tomorrow. Why is this taking so long?
Right.
Because it's a process and everything's custom made.
And everything worth it is to wait for.
Exactly.
I know.
And one of the things I do, going back to what you said, some things that are worth it, to me, some people say, oh, but I don't care. I'm not going to live as long as the furniture or something.
I know.
But you want your furniture to look new.
Yes.
Even if it's for 3 years, you want it to look new for the 3 years.
Yeah.
You don't want buy something and then in 3 months, the thing is falling apart. If you can, I mean, if you're investing, because then you invested X amount, and now it looks awful. To me, you just threw away X amount,
right?
Rather than pay a little more and just get something really worth it that you're gonna love every minute that you see it.
Yeah,
it's true.
So
it's very true.
Now, we're very particular in the vendors and manufacturers that we deal with, and
I'm sure you see it also. There's a lot of mistakes happening and a lot of, you get a delivery and the manufacturer send it to somewhere else. It's not supposed to go.
The quality control.
Well, the quality control is and it's unfortunately it's the stuff that's coming from overseas that people think, well, I'm getting a bargain here, and you're not. At the end of the day,
you're paying for something that it's really that you're not going to be happy with at the end.
No, and it's as we were just touching a minute too. It is an industry. I feel like that there is still so much growth and untapped opportunity. And in some of my research for the podcast and in general, like they were even saying, it's actually an industry where AI would not be able to have its hands so much. I mean, it's still like a hands-on. It's a sales operation. Even in the 3D, it's not, they're not on the field, AI cannot be in the meeting with your contractor. And, there's still so much untapped growth in
we've tried the AI thing.
Industry.
Just to see, as an experiment.
I mean, for drawing and for visualizing, I think it's great.
Right.
And the more you could visualize and the more you could offer to your client, that's amazing.
Yeah.
But the reason we exist is because the fabric, the touch and the colors.
Feel and
it's not even, and that's why you order a CFA, because the dialogue could be
every
different.
time.
Imagine a screen versus a print. You can't really pick a finish or a fabric or without seeing the actual item.
I know. Speaking of, like, in your career with RDC, I'm saying RDC, that's because my daughter, all she talks about is RDC, DRC. She wants to go to RDC. Anyway, has there been anything that's been totally crazy and you're just like, I don't see this happening, but okay, it's what you want, and you just are there to support, but like something that's just so off.
A client request?
Yeah, a client request. That's just so crazy. Like, just things that are like so a designer comes up with. Like just something so...
Oh, no, actually, I mean, we come up with crazy things all the time. So really nothing's like really...
Nothing's like super surprising to you.
No. We have, I mean, it's just different perspectives, I guess, or taste. Or
Beauty in the eye of the beholder. I say that at least twice a day.
Because they do, I mean, we do have clients that come in and then put together like a sofa or a sectional, and you're like, that looks odd. But
we've had some things. Clients have asked Tiffany to, and they leave. We're like, what? Did he act? What?
So funny.
Oh my God.
Yes. There are things like that, but I can't name one or two because I guess we get them all day.
Right.
That it's like, oh, really? Did they just say that?
We've had somewhere. We just can't forget them because it's like, oh my God.
Yeah, that's good. No, I haven't.
So for a new interior designer, someone who's starting out, who's fairly new, because you deal and talk to and see so many that come through your showroom, what would be the first or number one piece of advice that you would give someone new and starting out?
To to just know that you're never going to know everything.
Yeah.
And find out, for me, the key is to know where to find the information. Because we can't know everything. So just if you're doing a floor plan, or you're sourcing furniture, or your materials, or you're creating, whatever it is that you're doing or designing, just know where to find information. And once you figure your sources, I think that's key.
But that's where your company comes in to so much help for every young and new interior designer.
Yes.
Because you know all the sources, you have all the sources, and you can help inspire and provide that resource that's going to
That's correct. We could provide
inspire that new interior designer with
We could provide the
ideas.
sources for furniture and for furnishings, but for materials, for tile, for just look for the good source. I mean, just
Industry
where
partners.
know where to find
Right.
the information and your sources, and that's key.
Yeah,
Because
the
those
So
are
relationship.
going
you,
to
so you
partner
don't
with
have, like earlier you said, you don't have tile samples.
you. No.
Do you recommend for things for those kind of vendors to?
We
people?
do
Have, like, some industry
have,
partners
yes,
you-
that like I had experience with and good experience with.
Mm-hmm.
I will, if they ask me. If not, I won't volunteer.
Right. Right.
If they ask, I'll say, hey, I would, this flooring company, I think, I had great experience with them. I can't say, but I do. There's a few cabinets company,
Manufacturers.
window treatment workrooms that
Right.
you're upholsterers that you're like,
Yes.
okay, these are
They're reliable.
yes, we've had good experience with them. Don't kill me if they,
Right.
you don't, but
Right.
Are there other companies, or I hate to use the word competitors, that do the similar to what you're doing, offering the service that you provide?
I mean, there are other companies that provide the services for designers, but they're also retail.
Yeah.
So they do both.
Yeah, that's,
So
well,
it-
that retail, they're pushing
So-
something on the people because it's
And
probably
I'm
stock.
so like anti that part. Not that I don't believe it has its reasons and has its support. And
Oh, it does have its reasons.
You know, but I, as a designer, I just don't believe that, you can be one thing to all people. And that's what I feel like a furniture store tries to do. And I'm all about, which is kind of like the service you provide, I'm all about like not decorating in isolation. Like, you really do need that one person that can help you navigate, which it is the designer or your design team, but that you're not just picking out, okay, we're going to go here today and do furniture, and then next week I'm going to go pick out my kitchen, and next week we're going to go do flooring. Like, it really needs to be
Yes.
a cohesive
correct.
experience.
Correct.
And I do think that sometimes when you go the retail route, you think you can do then it just adds to more retail routes.
Correct.
Versus this customized experience that I pride myself on. Obviously, your business truly represents.
And we do provide wholesale pricing for our
Right.
designers. We don't want to give that to the end user. Because we want the designer to be able to make to me it's a win-win for
Right.
all of us, because you're
Exactly.
able to make your fees, the end user is getting the discount,
right.
and we're getting business. So obviously when you sell retail, the margins are much higher. And that's why those companies do both, do retail and design.
Mm-hmm.
But for us, we want to be exclusive to designers because
love
we want
that.
our designers to come in and feel that, A, they're protected,
Yep.
and we've had end users that come in, oh, I'm not working with a designer anymore. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but we can't
So
help
what
you.
does that look like? Yeah. Do people just come in trying to peruse? Do you ever recommend designers?
If we try to stay away from that because we have so many that I could recommend most of them.
Right.
And we try to stay away from that. But if they're really, we usually we don't.
Right.
Because I know
We just tell
your
them-
website doesn't list
No.
designers either.
No, we do tell them just try to if you're not working with her anymore, or with him, just go try to find another one and come back. And sometimes we do have end users that bring their designer because they were referred by their friend that they bought everything through us. And so the end
experience
user was great, and they had a great time, and they loved us, and whatever. So they tell their friend brings the designer, and the designer now buys all of it here.
So do you see with Florida being, a great place of growth right now, are you seeing more interior designers from other areas working in this location now, like an influx of New York designers?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
We get that every day. Once or I don't know. We do get at least three new designers every day that
That's
have
wild.
moved and that are now working from here and that had projects and now they're just staying here, moved permanent. Yes,
That's
they're
so wild.
in both stores.
Wow.
Boca, and we get a lot more in Boca of those new that just moved.
Okay.
But also in Palm Beach.
So interesting.
It is.
It really, the industry has just so much growth and opportunity, and I feel so grateful that we're here in South Florida.
Yes, because we do have a lot of. I mean, you see all the construction that's going.
I know West Palm is just exploding.
Even around here, like
Yes.
Boca, all the GL homes,
I mean,
Lennar,
it's true.
everywhere there, which is and even Miami.
I know.
I still don't know how they fit those cranes there.
Right?
Every time I
Isn't-
see a crane, I'm like, where are you building anything else
I
here?
know, it's so crazy, the infrastructure that it takes, and
Yes.
it's so what excites you about the industry right now?
I just love the relationship that we create with our clients, going to work and being able to, and that's something that you don't get in a retail store because you're
Right.
dealing with somebody new every time. Here it's repeat customers all the time. So you get to really
Connect.
It's like you connect, you bond, you listen to it, we share the experiences with their clients and the good and the not so good.
Right.
So that's really like fun to get to go to work and have and see people, and it's like you're socializing every day.
I know it is a very social industry.
Yeah, and it's fun. And we make it fun. We really make it fun.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Well, I look forward to.
Yeah.
So we like to kind of wrap up the podcast each week by asking some fun kind of questions. So I'm going to ask you a question. Is there a particular style or even era in time that you love?
This one.
Yeah, I
This
love
one.
that.
This one, because now everything is good. I feel like everything is there's a word I'm trying to find that I can't find. Everything is in style.
Yes.
Like even for hair.
Yes.
You could wear it curly, you could wear it straight, you could wear it white, you could wear it purple. Everything is in.
Right.
And I feel like now we've learned to appreciate styles and be open to everybody's.
Encouraged.
Yes.
Yes.
There's new interpretations of classic, of modern, of mid-century.
Mid-century is such a little treasure again. Yeah.
Yes, and even because at one point it was minimalistic and so that's like it was very cold and very
sterile.
Now everything is okay. You being colorful is good. Being neutral is good. Being organic is good. There's so many different forms of design. That's why I love it. And to me, always the next project. And now I live the my clients' projects. So
Right.
that every designer, like I'm all on.
I know it must be so fulfilling to see so many beautiful things come together so frequently.
And so many professionals do such great things.
They really
And then they
do.
share and I appreciate when they share they're like so excited because they send me pictures. Look how everything came out. And I'm like, oh my God, that's
Do you ever
amazing.
go to some of the projects just to see how they came out? Or-
I have. Some clients are like, please help.
Come
And then I go, which I shouldn't, but I do.
I love that.
I love it. I do love to see. And for me, it's very rewarding because we partner. We basically
You
partner
are a
with our
partnership.
designers. Yes.
But you also, what I'm gathering is you're very respectful of every designer. So you're not
Good boundaries.
boundaries.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
designers, when they go to your showroom and they're working with clients, they feel comfortable. They feel, and I use the word safe, that, okay, another designer is going to come in and take my client away. It sounds like it's an environment that's
Yes.
really structured and organized really
In
well.
support.
It's support.
Supportive.
It's about. It's
Yeah.
all about them. Like my goal is to make them look good. It's like to enhance their why they were. And I tell it sometimes with the end user. I'm like, trust your professional.
I know, and they
That's
sometimes
why-
need to hear
Yes,
that.
that's why you hired her or
Yes.
him. It's like just trust them. And it's just very rewarding to see all of that and to see how they, everything that they do, because there's so much potential and it's just a lot of fun, thank God.
So
Is-
another fun.
I want to ask one. You want to ask it?
I want to ask one.
Okay.
So as another mom of 3 girls, and this is one of our other fun questions, as far as travel, is there a hotel that you just are in awe of, like the whole design experience, or a
So there's been a few. There was one in Portugal.
Ooh.
It's a Marriott that I'm so bad with names. I can't remember the thing, but it remind me of, there's a designer actually from Maitland Smith.
Okay.
I can't remember his name either, but he's a great designer, and it was the same style. It's so hard to do color and to do style and to do. It was inspired like in it's almost emperor and
Wow.
imperio.
Yeah. Imperial.
Yes,
Yes.
but updated and colorful and had some like African inspiration too. And it's so hard to do that and to make it look right.
Right.
So that was one. There's another one in Prague, also very Art Nouveau.
Oh, no, that's one of my favorites.
Yes, and but so well done, and
Tasteful
so
and-
yes, and very elegant, sophisticated. Like those two are. Don't ask me what I ate,
Yeah. But
but I could
that's
tell
how
you
I
what-
am. I'm visual
but
too.
I could tell you what it looks.
Yeah.
It's
Is-
the experience.
It is the experience.
Yes.
So is there one piece of furniture or accessory that you like,
Your go-to?
your favorite?
A piece of furniture. I mean, there's
Or
a
accessory? Or is
yeah.
there one that's like,
Well, when
because
I
you
was-
experience and see
When I
so
was
much.
little, I loved Marimekko. So that was my thing. And then I grew up, and now it's, I don't know, I like American
What
leather.
is that? I'm not familiar with what that is.
It's a brand, like a brand of, they now have like wallpaper again.
Yeah.
But they designed, I think it was more for kids.
Little or like more like, yeah.
Like childish
Yes.
yes, but it was very artsy, very pop,
colorful kids, yes.
kids things, and I was obsessed with it. But yeah, never had anything from them. And then the other,
I don't know like half the stuff, but and I say that because Tiffany and I, we watch movies. We're watching the movie, and I'm watching the movie, and Tiffany's like, that's a Jeffrey Michaels wallpaper, and that's a Scalamantra wallpaper. And I'm like, you're looking at
That's
the
an Arcturus
wallpaper.
light fixture.
Your
That's a,
Tom
you know,
Cruise is running through a
Regina
scene,
Andrews sconce.
and you're like picking at, like telling me all the that's a Kelly Wurst light fixture.
Yeah.
I'm like,
That's what I do. We get to hotels and the girls make fun of me because I'm like checking the furniture and looking at everything, and that's what we do.
We are creatures
Yes,
of our habits. I
Yeah,
love
exactly.
that.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so
No,
much for
Appreciate you coming
joining
in.
us today, and I look forward to visiting you very soon.
Yes, please, please. Thank you for having me.
Thank
This
you
was
for
a lot of
tuning
fun.
into iDesign.
iDesign Labs podcast is an SW Group production in association with the 5-Star and TW Interiors. To learn more about iDesign Lab or TW Interiors, please visit twinteriors.com.